Welcome back, everybody. 'Tis the season for my cranberry almond flapjacks. You can make your own pancake batter from scratch, but why reinvent the wheel? When you have Kodiak cakes, my goodness, I've been using Kodiak cakes forever. And here's a tip for you. Grocery store, this little tiny box of Kodiak cakes, $5, $5.50, somewhere in there. This big old one at Costco and Sam's, typically it's gonna be about 12, 13 bucks or so. No brainer, go to the warehouse stores. The instructions are right on the box. I'm gonna do a couple of servings. My theory for flapjacks is the same as it is for French toast. I'd rather have too much batter than not enough. I'll gladly throw away a little bit of batter before I run out of batter and can't make enough. And I'll also add that you need to know what pancake batter should look like. Seems like there's never enough water or there's too much mix, so adjust as needed. It seems like it never works out the way they claim it should on the box instructions, and that goes for every brand on the market. I like to add some different ingredients to my batter. One is oats. I just love the texture. A little bit of oats in there. There's something about having that crunch and shape in there. A little bit of ground cinnamon, and the secret ingredient, pure almond extract. It seems like almost everybody uses the vanilla extract, nothing against it. I think almonds way better. A little does go a long way, but you know me, I'm the king of adding a little more. Let's see where we're at consistency wise. Oats really thickened it up, so we're gonna have to go in with a little more water. Blackstone 36-inch Pro Series, low. I'm gonna put these right two burners on high because we wanna heat up our maple syrup, pure maple syrup. Today's syrup is from upstate New York. Let me know if you like maple syrup as much as I do. Let me know, where do you like to get yours from? And my inspiration for the video is cranberries. I just filmed my cranberry eggnog French toast. I love the cranberry maple syrup so much, I just had to put it in another video. Cast iron works really well, so any kind of a cast iron skillet or bowl, and you can see after a few minutes we're starting to simmer. What happens is the cranberries actually pop open. You can see those starting to pop open, and it infuses the maple syrup with a beautiful red cranberry color and flavor. There, we can see it happening. If you need to, you can scoot that over to the other side of your griddle. If you have the heat down over there, maybe a burner off, grab your cooking oil. Always like to put a little coating of oil down on my griddle top. At the beginning of each cook, be careful. I'm using my bare hands. You might want to use heat-resistant gloves or tongs because that's a steaming hot griddle top. We have to control our temperature. 36-inch, this thing is blazing hot. It burns hot, so I'm gonna go down medium-low, lowish. Want that griddle top to be maybe 400, 450 degrees, somewhere in there. But not too hot. When you're doing anything that's pancake, French toast, crepe related, if it's too hot, they're gonna burn. No one wants to eat a burned pancake or flapjack. Temperature right in the middle should just be able to sizzle. So the cool thing about having that 36-inch is I can just turn one burner off whenever I want to, leave the other ones on low, crank them up as need be. Like I said, low 400s, 420, 419. I do not use a temperature gauge on the griddle top, hardly at all, but I wanted to back up what I told you earlier. Typically at least 400 degrees. People always ask about temperatures if you're doing French toast or pancakes. I'd say 400, 420, 430 degrees. Somewhere right in there is really good for pancakes. Grab a stick of butter. I only recently started doing this. Back in the day, I never put butter down for French toast or pancakes. I change things as I move along over the years. Grab my ladle and we go down with the batter. First thing we're looking for is that butter and oil dancing around on the outside of the flapjack. You want to check underneath, just like you would with French toast. You want to look and see when they turn nice and golden brown. Then we go in for the flip. we're splurging and we need a little bit of extra butter on top. You can see the imprint, if you will. You can see the oats. I think it's time to plate them up. What I think is the largest one on the bottom. Make a nice stack. A little finishing touch, some butter down on the griddle top, and sliced almonds. Just gonna darken these up a little bit. Some of my toasted almonds on top. Of course, we have the almond extract down inside as well. A little powdered sugar on top and maybe on the edges. And take a look at that. Time to get on in there. See if we can't get us a nice cross section. You know how they do on all those magazine covers. Can I fit that in my mouth? Let's give it a try. Cranberry, oh my. The texture of the oats is killer, but this right here, that's the star of the show. Cranberry flavor is through the roof, but it's not overpowering. It's exactly what I want. It's so good. It looks like a cake. It does. It looks like I made a special holiday cake. So delicious. So maybe it's Christmas Eve. You have family over. Boom. Brunch or a breakfast. Maybe you're out caroling. You can have a stack of these in your pocket. I don't know. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna get this recipe up at blackstoneproducts.com, and make sure you watch all the shows on the Blackstone Network. Until next time, this is Todd. Merry Christmas, by the way. Praise the Lord and pass the Cranberry Almond Flapjacks.